As leaders, we live for hope, we live by hope, we live within hope. We see hope in everything. I'm Sandra Gopal. Today's podcast is entitled The Vehicle Called Hope. Not so long ago, the world came to a sudden halt. Now, it seems as if everything is gradually approaching a normality. Despair and uncertainty has seemingly surrounded us in the news, in our families, in our communities, and within ourselves. COVID-19 has left behind a catastrophe. COVID-19 has certainly created an aftermath. People's lives have been diminished not only by the virus, but by the stress and pressure it has created. People have committed suicide, died of heart failure, and died of loneliness. The phenomenon of poverty has largely increased. All of this due to COVID-19. Many or most people don't have the coping mechanisms in order to survive this aftermath. Many see hope as a sinking ship that they won't board. They see hope as an aircraft never returning, so better not take that flight. They see hope as a currency for the lazy. How we look at the world and our situation is important. Look for the positive. Envelop yourself with positive energy. Everything in life happens for a reason. How we deal with it, how we look at it is important. Our attitude in every situation determines where we are heading. So push yourself into seeing hope in everything, and you will certainly see a different perspective to life. You will see things change for the better. You will see people assist you when you get yourself into an adverse situation. Generally, everyone wants to help people, but when your attitude is negative or ugly, the same people turn away from you. So release hope in your situation. Activate hope in everything. We can hope for many things, but if we never actually action it, then it is futile. Even when life is at its bleakest, we can rediscover the hope and wisdom that is buried deep within us. Life can be restored. Life can be healed. Life can be cured. Life can be great again. Life can be what we imagine it to be. Life can be what it was meant to be. Life can be restored because we have hope. Like the lyric in Tina Turner's song, so many negative people will say, "What's hope got to do with it?" Yes, I'm sure the song brings many memories back. But people are left wondering, what does hope have to do with anything? In my life as a leader, I believe that hope has everything to do with it. Hope is being able to remain positive, knowing that there is a great future ahead, in spite of the adverse circumstances created by someone or something. Hope reveals a glimpse of possibility, not seen in the darkness of our adverse situations. Yet, it is hope that shows the way, but for a moment in time. So you ask yourself the question, then what is hope? Hope is a part of every person's life. Everyone hopes for something. It's an inherent part of being a human being. Hope helps us define what we want for our future. It is the introspective about our lives we all have that silently plays out. Life is bleak for anyone that loses hope. In a state of hopelessness, there is no light at the end of the tunnel. It is a dark, dense energy that drains one's life. It is about depression and despair, yet so many people choose to live in a state of hopelessness. Those that lack hope adopt flowery goals. People with flowery goals choose easy tasks that don't offer a challenge or opportunity for growth. When they fail, they quit. They act helpless. They don't believe in their capacity to obtain the kind of future that they want. They simply have no hope. Hope is a light that flashes when darkness surrounds you. It flashes just for a second. It is a moment of light that is sufficient to reveal what's ahead. It opens up the mind, leaving an imprint in the memory in order to reveal a way out. That is what hope is. It shows the future for an instant and leaves you to activate the mind to find a way out. That light bulb flash moment can simply be a pleasant memory or a warm feeling. But once activated, it's a breath of fresh air. It becomes a change in the scenario. It's an exciting moment. Hope is the diminutive spark that lights the fire within you. Hope illuminates the eye of the mind. It activates intelligence. Hope stimulates creativity and imagination. Hope provokes your imagination. It creates an incentive to push and strive further into the horizon. It brings motivation. It ignites the flame. However, hope is nothing but a glimpse into the future that remains a glimpse if not actioned. Hope requires action. Hope requires fortitude. Hope requires electricity. It requires ammunition. It requires fuel. Hope requires energy. Hope requires so much more in order to keep hope alive. So continue to add fuel to the flames of hope and allow hope to stay alive in your life. Devastation is what many leaders experience at some point in their leadership journey. Devastation is something that every individual encounters during the trajectory of their lives. Life throws its curveballs often, but there is always hope in the midst of what seems to be adversity. That tiny spark is really a new lens given to you, but for a moment, to view the future and see what is ahead in your pathway. You see, without hope, we have nothing. Without hope, we see no future. Without hope, it is the end. Hope is a linking of the past and the present in order to drive you to your future. So envision a better future. Take the necessary steps to make it happen. Our situations are unique yet common. So be motivated to take a step in the right direction. Be motivated to wear the correct shoe for the correct situation. Having hope or to have hope is wanting an outcome that makes life better, that makes life great. Your present situation can be bearable. It is something you can handle. You have the ability and the skill to make anything happen. So allow hope to continue breathing. Never give in to silent resignations. Silent resignations are really defeat in the mind. So you need to encourage yourself in every situation. Readjust your lens, increase your pain threshold, and look at it from a different perspective or from a different light. Be positive and grateful. Look at the glass half full, not half empty. Focus on the positive, not the negative. Be grateful for where you are in terms of your goals and your dreams. Be grateful that you still have the dream. Be grateful that hope exists. Be grateful for how far you have come in your journey. Be grateful that someone chose you or inspired you to be where you are. Be grateful for all that you already have, including the air that we breathe. Things that seem insignificant to you means the world to someone else, wishing that they could only have just that. In every storm, there is something to be grateful for. Be realistic about your situation. Be realistic about your life and your goals. Assess your situation. reassess your life and where you are. Support systems are available. Resources are available. A simple call to someone who has gone through adverse circumstances and not only survived but thrived would be a great person to hear from. They will only stimulate and encourage you. Never engage with negative people. Never engage with people who thrive on failure, whose vocabulary is about failure. Hard time never kills. In fact, it helps you grow stronger. It takes you to new heights and higher dimensions. Negative people pull you down whilst positive company will help you go higher. I cannot stress this point any more clearer. Your faith is amazing. Trust the inner man in you. Trust your instincts and know that nothing is impossible. Defeat arrives at your doorstep, knocking harder and harder, but know that only you can keep the door shut. Never allow defeat to enter the door of your mind. Never allow defeat to enter the door of your life. Countless numbers of people have failed over and over and over, yet they succeed in the end. Thomas Edison is one of them. It is often said that Thomas Edison failed 1,000 times before successfully inventing the prototype of the light bulb. When a reporter asked Edison how it felt to fail 1,000 times, Edison replied, "I didn't fail 1,000 times. The light bulb was an invention of 1,000 steps." How powerful and encouraging is that? His hope was alive and well during all 1,000 steps. Be patient. Rome wasn't built in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day is a French proverb. It merely expresses that it is an injunction for someone to be patient. We are all a product of the lens of focus from our mind's eyes. So don't allow things to defeat you. Instead, use your situation to fuel the hope. Having hope means that you want an outcome that makes your life, your circumstances, and your situations better in some way. The person who has hope has the will and determination that goals will be achieved and circumstances changed. A person with hope has a set of strategies to reach their goals and change those situations. Hope involves the will to get there and the different ways to get there. We have been handed so many mental vehicles, and one of them is hope. Hope, however, is one of the most undervalued vehicles. We have already established in past podcasts that life is difficult. The journey called life is difficult. The journey called life is not easy. There are many obstacles. Hope allows us to approach problems with a mindset and a strategy that resonates with success, thereby increasing every chance to actually accomplish goals and succeed. Hope is one of the best mental engines we have. It is worth nothing if we do not drive it. Confucius said, "Our glory is not in never failing, but in rising every time we fail." Micah said, "Do not gloat over me, my enemies, for though I fall, I will rise again. Though I sit in darkness, God is my light." You only arise because you see the hope, because hope is alive in you. So I am here today to remind you, never give up. Yes, it is one of the most cliché phrases we hear, but success is around the corner if you will live with hope. It is not a mistake nor by chance that you listened to this podcast today. The content of this message was destined for you. So allow hope to reside in you amidst any situation. Thank you for listening to this podcast. I believe it was edifying and encouraging for the times that we live in. I end today's podcast with, stay within the wings of hope and you will see a future filled with greatness.